Hey guys, how's it going? In last week's episode, I showed you the completion of the outpost and the main section of the base, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you all the finishing touches that I have done and am planning on doing. So with that out of the way, let's get into it. So the first one is at the corner of the build, where I have added an antenna array. I'll try to shine some light on that so you can see it better. So it's a big radar dish with an antenna there, and then there's also a control station there, so you can have a clone go up to the control station like so, and then you can control the direction of the antenna. Now, a huge thing that I changed on the top is here, where I have entirely redesigned this front wall of the top. Before, it was just a bunch of these see-through wall pieces, but I've replaced that with a bunch of white bricks and transparent bricks. And there's two reasons I wanted to do this. One, it looks a lot sturdier, especially since this area is where I'm going to have the cannons. So if I have a cannon here, let's say, in real life, there's not just from cannons, but let's say you have a bazooka or something. There's backblast from a bazooka. And so if that's right in front of a big glass wall, it might break the glass wall. So here, this is supposed to make it look, I guess, a bit sturdier. It's also less of a weak spot, because you can't really crawl in through those. You can't just walk right in through those windows. If you had some droids that somehow got up to the roof, they still can only go in through the main door. And I also made a bunch of changes to the interior, which I will show off right now. Put this down over here, but firstly I have added a bunch of detail to the barracks. So in here, as you can see, there's 3 beds. I might convert them into bunk beds later, but right now they're just normal beds. You can take a clone and they can lie down in the bed. Now they're sleeping. And then there's also a weapons rack right there, so you can fit 6 blasters. Yeah, that's just a nice place to store the weapons inside there. Now I also have a bunch of stuff added to the command station. So I have 4 different main stations on this side, and this is the second reason why I wanted to replace the glass windows, or the glass walls, is so that I could have all these instruments on the wall. Because before, if I just had, here, I'll show you. If I had this window piece, right, and I had some instruments on the inside, from the outside, it would look like this, right? With the glass wall and then just some white bricks in the middle, which I thought looked really ugly. And this way I can also build the instruments into the wall instead of just having them mess up right next to them. So that's why I did it. So in each of these 3 stations here, there's a radar panel and then some just control things here. 2 of them you also have targeting stations. And then over here you have a computer interface. Actually 2. What it looks like is 2 computer interfaces and then another control panel. And then on this side, you have one of those bricks, so that can be whatever you want. And then another, some more controls and another targeting station. So that's the interior of the command bridge, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks really good. Just put that back up there. Next, I've made some changes and some changes and some additions to the Outpost. First, down the top, I have this turret, which can swivel 360 degrees. I can swivel up and down, and it's got 2 barrels, so it's great for shooting droids and stuff. And it's also modular. Well, not the cannon specifically, but it's built on a modular system. So I can take this off, and you can see there's some special pieces, so you can replace that with another turret of a different design. I might add more of those, like those panels at different locations around the base, so I can have a fully modular defense system. And this is actually the same system that the 2016 Assault on Hoth UCS set had for all of its defenses. It was fully modular, so I'm going for an effect like that. Next, I made a change to the bunker or pillbox area, whatever you want to call it. Now before, this was a white lining, but I replaced it with fully dark bluish gray. Now the main reason I did this is because I only have these corner pieces in dark bluish gray. These pieces. Before, when it was when I had them in white, it didn't look very good because they come here and they go here, and there's a gap in the middle, and I didn't think it looked very good, so that's why I replaced them with dark bluish gray. And then I also did a few more, I have a few more additions to the interior. So if you take this off, now there's a bunch of storage racks for weapons. You can actually store 8 blasters in there. Right now I only have 4. And then there's also some control interfaces on the wall, and some more controls over there next to the ladder. So that's what I've done to the Outpost. Now, what's probably going to be the last thing in this episode that you're going to see me doing is put a little cargo area on the interior of the base. So basically, right here, as you can see, I've added some crates. And what I want to do is I want to have this whole corner section here be the storage area for weapons and crates and stuff. So I already have a few crates in there. I've got at least 3 small red ones, and then I have 2 of these yellow ones. I also have this one from the hover tank, 5 more of these red ones, and 1 of these gray ones. So I've got a lot of storage that I'll be able to use, and I'm actually going to use some of those crates as obstacles and defenses for when the clones are defending against the droid attack, which you'll see in the next episode. So what I'm thinking of doing is making like a square in the middle that will be cordoned off with yellow tiles on the floor, and then that'll be where I can just put all the storage. So let's see if I can do that. Really, the only issue here is that I need to be careful in making sure that there's enough room for the fighter tanks to be able to get in and out of the base without overlapping onto the supply area. There we go. And just like that, I have a nice little area where I can store all my cargo. So let's fill it up with some supplies. And there. This whole depot is filled with supplies. Now I'm just going to check to make sure the fighter tanks can get in and out okay. gonna be a problem. I see here, fighter tank is getting blocked on that piece of cardboard. So I'm actually gonna have to make this area, the storage area, a bit smaller. Alright. Try to change that. And there we go. I think that looks pretty good. Unfortunately, not quite as much space as I would have liked, but I can still store a bunch of crates, and the leftover crates that I have over here can be used elsewhere, or elsewhere in the build. Let's just make sure this here can fit in. And he fits. There we go. That's really good. Well, I think that just about wraps it up for this episode. Next week will be the episode that I'm really looking forward to, because that is the huge battle that I'm going to be setting up. Anyway, that just about does it for this week's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, as well as leave a comment, and I'll see you next time.